much by this Elise when Icon's going to have so much pushing power in the early laning phase. So I'm not sure if this set is going to, you know, make it to these mid and late game team fights where he's really going to shine.
Well, we've said it before, Suning right now, this could be their last game in contention for playoffs if they end up losing out. OMG, they've been the gatekeepers so far. If they can win this game, it would be their 7th series win on the standings. And they'd be looking good to make it towards that 8th position. Suning, they're against the wall right now, but I believe in this set jungle. I'm ready to watch what SOFM has cut out for us.
Like, and you also look at their early game laning phases, and just like last game, there isn't a lot of setup for this set to really do anything. I expect him to just farm for the early game, maybe make a move towards the top side because you do have a Renekton, so maybe there's some potential in that early 2v2, but mid's just going to be getting, Angel's going to be getting pushed in, just farming. In bot lane, Taric versus Braum, we've seen this before.
Ooh, Curse is going to face check. He's going to go for a trade right at level 1 here. Does get the attack speed from that Nimbus strike. Bin realizes he can't win the extended trade there.
Yep, Wukong doing so much better in these extended trades now.
Uh-oh, Curse. I mean, we know him as an aggressive player, but this was maybe too aggressive. Stun comes through, flash available, but it's going to be followed. SOFM, he wants to make the set jungle work, and he's going to get first blood.
I like how we say he doesn't have...
Wait, he has phase rush?
Yeah, his phase rush. A lot more about sticking with those gank opportunities, right? Running into the lane with your Q, pulling them with E, and being able to stay on top of them.
I was like super surprised by that. You're like, yeah, of course he has phase rush.
I don't know what other rune you could really use as a set jungle.
I was expecting Conqueror, but that's because I've seen set top pretty much exclusively.
Again, he was picked jungle a few times. I know he was picked also in the NA LCS in the early weeks. I think that was by TSM. Hasn't been too common. I would say he's much better in the solo lane role.
He's got Hex Flash.
I love this.
This is the best. All right, come on, SOFM. Let's see it. Do you reckon he's going to wait for the Hex Flash cooldown to go in over the wall?
I mean, I feel like he's just going to wait for Curse to walk up, so I was just going to walk away.
Curse ain't doing it, though. He ain't buying. He's just going to settle for the XP from these minions for now.
Hey, despite his level 1 mistake, which, how can you really anticipate that that's going to happen? Like, look at the composition of Suning. I don't think you expect SOFM to run around you, get behind you, and look for that sort of play. But Curse is still a very competent top laner, isn't going to give Suning the window to abuse his first mistake.
Yeah, really good to see from him respecting what he's up against, but it is an issue to be behind in that top lane. Bear in mind you're against a Renekton, and sure, Wukong has a decent matchup there. But realistically, he's already 14 CS behind, and he's going to fall behind in XP too.
True, so I want to see OMG abuse the bottom half of the map. We talked about that Azir's always going to have push in the mid lane. I want to see FLICKR get into the enemy jungle and look to fight this set.
Well, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's moving on in now. Maybe he wants to try and get a dive onto Angel. He's positioning like he wants to. SOFM on his blue buff. FLICKR is literally just going to go straight on in here. Finds him immediately. There's a stun. Gets the blue buff. No, it was actually SOFM that finished the buff. Haymaker is massive, and FLICKR, he said he wants this fight. I'm not sure that that's true. Flashes away. Fonfong is here on the Kalista, stacking up onto SMLZ. But that's an Aphelios. You don't get to just fight him like that. Fonfong flashes away. It's followed by Cold. There's the first kill going that way. SMLZ flashes now because SOFM trying to get onto him. Sword Art is there alongside him. Haymaker comes through. There's a dazzle onto Cold as SOFM. He's low and he walks into the alcove. Not sure that's the right way to go. Sword Art getting chunked on down by Icon. There's another one. OMG somehow win this fight.
Not somehow much. They have 3 pushing lanes. They have the superior early game comp. It did look dicey to start with because
SOFM looked so good though.
Hey, FLICKR shouldn't blast plant over solo into the blue buff. You have pushing mid, you have pushing bot, have them hover for you, have them get there first. So this was a very questionable play coming out from FLICKR. Not able to burst him down because of that smite from SOFM. This is where it starts to look scary, but still, we talked about the early power coming out from this Aphelios and the Braum. Hwanfeng jumping forward so aggressively while SMLZ having the Gravitum, so able to lock him down. Cold flashing in aggressively, and now SMLZ is kind of separated from the team. I think this was kind of a bad play from FLICKR where he could have stayed with SMLZ, probably given him some security and zoned off SOFM and Sword Art, but Now SOFM stuck and OMG coming out so ahead.
Curse doesn't have his flash. Bin is going to look for the Ruthless Predator. SOFM's here, gets the knuckle down, gets the face breaker, and gets a 3rd kill on this set jungle.
Yeah, we were questioning the pick, but somehow he keeps finding the kills. Still glad to see Suning look towards the win condition that we expected. We said, hey, you don't have a lot of setup elsewhere on the map. Where can you look? You can look top. You have a strong lane matchup with the Renekton. And Wukong only has 19 CS.
He's not having a fun time. And, you know, you pick the Wukong for having a bit of presence in that top lane. You expect him to be able to do well. Or at least that's what I've been told. But so far, I've really not seen it.
Honestly, we've seen 2 really good Wukongs, I feel like, in Cube and Vici. I think that was actually their win over OMG as well. Yep, it was their win in OMG's last series. And Long Xing had a really good Wukong. I'm pretty sure that one was against Victory 5. We casted that.
It almost doesn't count. It almost doesn't count when it's against Victory 5. It's kind of funny to see that OMG were one of the teams that lost to this Wukong in the top lane. Then Curse is like, hey, I like that. I'm going to try that. Suddenly, 0-2-0, 30 CS down. It's not really quite worked out for them.
Just really suffering to giving up that early kill and especially having to blow your flash, so wasn't able to contest the wave at all.
Look at where SRFM is, though. He wants some more action. He's actually going to get a level off the minion wave while he's in the brush there. Hacker's going to match, although I don't know if he knows that it's matching. And I don't think that they win this 3v3 right now.
I feel like if Suning engage and Hacker is here, OMG will be able to kite back and disengage just fine with the Braum.
Here we go on to SMLZ. Well, he's just been sacrificed, honestly.
Yep, Hacker wasn't there. Hacker started the Dragon, so...
I love how Cold is like, look, I'm a Braum, I'm good at protecting, but you're on your own on this one, buddy. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think it was the right choice to make with SOFN finding that cheeky gank, and again, Hacker wasn't there. Not much you can do on the side of Cold. Just back off. Not worth losing any HP or risking wasting your exhaust for something that's pretty much guaranteed with SMLZ having no summoners anyway.
I love how as well, like, SOFM is going to be very happy with that gank because he committed a lot of time to that play. If they just backed away, he spent so long in that alcove. He would have fallen pretty far behind, but, or at least fallen behind a little bit.
So I love this by OMG. Bin is just destroying Curse in the top lane. Looks like he's freezing the wave. So Curse can't walk up and farm. Curse does what you should do when you're getting absolutely destroyed. So, boys and girls, if you're getting destroyed in solo queue, walk to the opposite side of the map, help your team get that dragon, get a numbers advantage, look to make some type of play where you are at least staying relevant because there's nothing he can do up here.
Who would have thought it? Even though he's 0-2, Curse is the one that you should be learning from in this game. Just go help the team. Be a team player. And that's exactly what we expect from OMG. This is a squad that plays around the team.
It's actually pretty depressing because I feel like even if Hacker goes top, they still end up losing in that 1v2. So
yeah, Bin is happy to take that fight.
That's where your mix damage is too, right? You're AP jungler, you want to go gank for your AD soul laner. Well, you're not looking there anymore.
Yeah, not feeling good in that top lane. The Wukong consistently, it's definitely got a negative win rate in the LPL. I don't know the exact stats on it, but it's not looking good right now. And it's kind of surprising because a lot of people, I know a lot of the community is very much in the opinion that the Wukong is pretty much broken, but it's just not felt that way.
Still, Suning going to be able to pick up this Herald with their top lane pressure. I also like the play by Huanfeng and Sword Art moving over to the mid lane so they're not losing any farm. And Angel will be able to pick up some scraps here since he does have a lot of security with his Twilight Shroud and Z.
SRFM going to happily snowball Bin on the top side as he heads on into the jungle. Bin will get the first tower of the game, and this is a lot of gold. Bin is going to get very close to that Blade of the Rune King first item here. As he just tries to... Oh, misses the call. You know what? That's okay. I forgive you, Bin. And he's got SOFM here sticking around. They could actually dive Curse.
Yes, they can. Look at his items. He has 2 Doran's Blades and a long sword. There is nothing he can do.
He can knock them up, and then he can knock them up again. That's what he can do. I believe in you, Curse. Charge from the Herald. Looks like they don't pull the trigger on the dive. They're just going to let the gonna let the monkey farm for now. And this is probably the first wave he's had uncontested all game.
Now it's going to be about using that pressure that Bin has and rotating them around the map. just push out top lane, move him towards mid, put some pressure on Icon, bring SOFM there as well, and then you could start threatening this mid turret. The other thing we need to look out for is if Suning are just going to full-on look for a dive, but Curse just disconnected, so.
So, you compared Curse to a solo queue player, how he should be going and helping his team, but I'm going to compare Curse to a solo queue player too, because he's gone 0-2-0. He's almost lost his tier 2, and then he's all F4'd. He's out of there. He's not playing anymore.
Whoa, whoa. We are an online league. There are going to be some internet issues.
It's been a while, actually, hasn't it, since we had significant... The first couple of weeks, it was a little dicey.
I feel like this whole split we've had maybe like 3 or 4. Like, you can count the number on your hand, and I feel like even when we have them, it's only for 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah. So fingers crossed that'll be the case here as well. But let's talk about Suning here, because they're looking great. They're clearly, this set jungle is working out amazingly for SOFM. He's looking amazing on that one. But how does this now work for the rest of the game? How do they turn this lead that they have into a victory?
Again, I'd like to see them just keep having Renekton push out the top lane, roam over towards the mid lane, and you can even have Angel work his way down bot, kind of move one down, move one down. You have pressure across all 3 lanes, while Curse is just kind of stuck in top lane with his hands up like, well, guys, I got to stand here and catch my wave. I'm 60 CS down. So you're creating pressure throughout the whole map. You have pressure on mid turret, you have a man advantage bot, you can start looking for dives and gank spot, get that tower, transition that to a dragon. So that's where I want to see Suning go with it.
See, that you got my attention there when you say we're going to look for dives. I was waiting for you to say it. I was hoping that you were going to say it, because like I'm all about macro advantages. They're great and everything, but I want to see some action.
This
you know
is
what?
LPL, baby.
Hell yeah. Let's see the dives on the set. Let's see this Renekton go under the towers, pop the Dominus, and just wreck face. That's what I'm all about.
Like, even though that's what I'd like to see, part of me says I don't think Suning will do that. I think Suning are just going to have Bin continuously push out top, bring SOFM up, and try to dive Curse.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm down for that as well. I don't think Curse is down for that, and I think that's why he'll afford, but I think maybe he sees it coming, swallow the Wukong. Fingers crossed we can get back into game shortly for you guys, but I want to remind everyone as well that OMG, they were the ones that were kind of coming in with a bit of a grudge on their back. FLICKR and SMLZ, they used to play on Suning, and they were coming into this one, and in game 1, they looked amazing. They looked like they were really putting their foot down and kind of getting a little bit of revenge. Game number 2, SOFM is the jungler that's looking better than FLICKR, right?
Like, it's really hard to compare, because all of this stems from that level 1 where Curse played so aggressively, gave over a kill, lost a flash, and he's against a Renekton. So there's pretty much the best champion that can actually punish you and deny you from getting into the game. And he just fell so far behind.
Well,
you got the bounce back. SOFM got a free gank top just a few minutes later from him being so far behind and snowballing that lead. Because other than that, what have we seen SOFM do? The bot lane gank was amazing. That was nice. That was creative. The other bot lane skirmish was OMG coming into you.
Yeah, and I mean, well, that does kind of lend to the conversation, though, because let's bear in mind, it was FLICKR that walked into the jungle, did the blast cone blind into the blue buff, and then got absolutely destroyed by SOFM that started that whole skirmish. I mean, OMG ended up winning that skirmish.
They came out ahead in that skirmish.
But ultimately, the disrespect there coming out from FLICKR, you know, he's lucky, I think, that they got away with that skirmish the way that they did. And I think SOFM, I mean, he's kind of shut me up, hasn't he? Because I was pretty much laughing at this set jungle when it was locked in. I was really not convinced, but it's working out. Even with the phase rush, even with the hex flash, I'm liking all of it. He's converted me.
Yeah, he's been doing, again, he's done really well with what he's had to work with, which was Curse's mistake for level 1, and he just keeps looking to abuse it. This is what we talked about. This team isn't going to go down towards bot.
There was a good effort from Curse. Did you see that? He presses S to pretend that he's gone into his clone, but then he just gets showstopped.
Whoa, and he survives.
He walked away. Oh, well, there you go. And that's going to be a flash coming out from Bin as well. So flash to flash, I think you take that in Curse's position.
See, Suning strike me as a team that why create pressure across the whole map and threaten numerous objectives and deny OMG? Oh, actually, they're going to do that. Nice.
They are going to do that. They're moving down to try and make a play because Bin has TP'd as well. SMLZ Will be able to move away, though, and the rest of the team has responded. Hacker's here. The Radiance keeps everyone alive, but Cold's got his own immunity here. Bin slices and dices, but he gets rooted by the Gravitum. One more auto. Oh, he barely survives. Walks away for now. That's going to be SMLZ finishing the kill, though. And Angel gets away from that. Oh, it's an execute. SMLZ somehow executed. SOFM has finally arrived on the scene, but he is way too late. Haymaker is massive. Dazzle can't do much. Nice flash from SOFM.
Yeah, OMG end up picking up 1 kill. SMLZ got executed, so it's not too big of a deal. Would have been nice if he was alive, but still going to keep going.
Curse, you poor monkey. He's going to be dazzled. He's surely going to go down. They don't have much damage, though, actually. Ah, yeah, they do. Haymaker comes on in at the last second. And Angel's here on the Akali. He's been quiet most of the game, but he wants to try and make a play. He's looking for Icon. Good little combo to get some damage down.
Honestly, Suning got so lucky that OMG executed that so poorly. We saw SMLZ going down to turret. We saw Icon missing that Emperor's Divide. Could have been 2 kills coming out from the side of OMG with no one going down.
And we've been bullying Curse a little bit in this top lane with the 0-3 Wukong. But actually, SMLZ right now, he's 1 of 3 on this Aphelios. It's not going well for him.
I want to say we were not bullying Curse. I feel like Curse really bullied himself and put himself in this position, so...
It was Suning that was bullying.
And that
Curse.
was OMG for
I was
SMLZ.
just a spectator.
Yeah,
I
true.
swear I'm innocent.
That was OMG just mis-executing that play, where we see Suning are the ones to start it off, but OMG have more people in the bot lane already with Curse able to follow TP. Hacker was already here, and SOFM was on the top side.
Exhaust is on Angel. He tries to go for the 1v1. Curse.
No.
Oh, quite get the knock-up. No, it's heartbreaking. Curse, don't go under. I thought he was going to commit to that then. I thought that was full tilt for a second.
Like, let's just state it one more time. OMG can pressure the whole map. They can have Renekton push out the top lane, walk towards mid. You have your players in mid, walk towards bot, get pressure onto that bot side, find some kills, try to threaten a turret. But they're not doing that.
Yep, Suning could go for that option, but instead they are choosing not to. And it means that OMG are maybe getting a kill onto Curse. Angel wants it, will find it for himself. Perfect execution in more ways than one. And that was a 2v1 as well. Now into the mid lane. Juan Fung going to start to hammer away at this turret. Cold and SMLZ should be able to clear away the minion waves, though. The Inferno, oh my days. Pierce rendered a lot of damage. Blue buff taken, though. Suning very much in control of the map. That pick in the bottom lane as well opens up a lot of avenues for them.
Still, OMG coming out really good with all that plate gold. Actually being ahead in Suning, which from the early advantage Suning got isn't something that you would expect.
Especially considering they got the plates in the top lane pretty much for free, but they didn't actually get all 5 plates, according to that graphic. That's got to be wrong. There's no way they didn't get... We saw the Herald take the tower top. Like, they definitely got all 5 plates top, for sure.
Do we know what we actually saw?
Is this real? We live in a simulation. Is that where we're going with this?
Something like that, but... Okay, so OMG hover bot, Hacker hovers bot, so Curse can get the turret, but... Doesn't matter. Angel has so much mobility, he's able to just kill Curse. And Curse actually gives him the escape, which is really depressing.
Unfortunate. For the Monkey King, 0-4-1. That is not pretty. And just look at the CS deficit. He's 70 CS down. Bin has his run of the litter right now. The pick of the litter. Run of something. Here we go. Emperor's Divide onto Angel. And Angel has been one of the highlight players for Suning. Will be shut down. It's a nice kill there. Kind of punishing him for getting the extra kill onto Curse. And now Suning, they look for an advantage elsewhere on the map. Into the mid lane, looking for a tier 2. But this pressure is going to be matched on the bottom side by OMG, as they're looking for a tier 2 of their own.
I was going to say, ultimately on the side of OMG, what you want to just do is extend this game. You do have the Azir, you do have the Aphelio, so as long as you're trading, you feel pretty good.
How did OMG win this trade? How are they out trading when they're behind?
Because Suning are not allocating players on the map where they should be. There we go. There's your answer.
Nice. One question, one answer. That's what we like to hear. 5-6 on the scoreboard, and OMG, they have significantly closed this gold gap. And a lot of that is in this mid lane, because we've seen Angel moving around the map. We've seen him trying to make plays here. But in the meantime, Icon He's on the Zir. He's more than happy to just soak up waves, and he's got himself a 60 CS advantage. He's pretty much matched, if not beaten, the advantage that Bin had in the top lane.
Yeah, if you're OMG, you feel good. Just, again, answering on the other side of the map, Angel has overstepped, giving you some free kills, let you get that turret, where Angel should just be playing back, letting Suning play around their strong carry in Bin.
Look at the gold right there. Angel and Curse are almost even, which, considering how far behind Curse was forced, that is terrible news for Suning. And Angel is this player that we usually hype up for Suning. He's usually so reliable.
Yeah, 50 CS down. To be fair, he did have a pretty bad matchup in the early stages. Not this bad where you should be 50 CS down, but I don't feel like Angel CS is from the matchup. Again, it's from their lane assignments once they got their advantage, where it didn't really allow for Angel to get any CS. We saw when they went for the Herald trade, they actually sent Huanfeng to the mid lane to pick up all that CS, while Angel was stuck bot, kind of zoned off from the turret while SMLZ was picking up all those plates.
SMLZ, he's died a few times this game, but he's still ultimately going to be feeling pretty good. As you rightly say, he got the plate gold. He's doing okay for CS. He's already got his Infinity Edge. And he's a Aphelios. So at the end of the day, once he's got another couple of BF swords, he's probably going to go for the Zeal second. That's what we saw in game number 1. We saw him go for that Hurricane. So you'd expect that even though he has died a couple of times, one of them was an execute, and also he's still going to do insane damage. Icon splitting in the top lane here. Cold's here to protect him as Angel. Is that Hacker? This is the second time that Hacker's going way too far forward, but it's the second time he's going to get away scot-free.
Yeah, he is on the Elise, so he does have a bit of safety there. But still, Suning going to be the ones to pick up a dragon. And it continues that both teams are just trading across the map.
Bin in the bottom lane in the meantime as Curse. He saw the dragon go down. He knows SOFM is somewhere in the bottom half of the jungle, and that means he is not willing to be anywhere near this tier 1.
Yep, and we are going to have a bit of a slower game until that Herald does come up in only 1 minute. But for the side of Suning, you actually don't really have a fast Baron. You have set jungle, you have an Akali mid lane, you have a Kalista, so there's some security with that Ren, but you're not going to be able to start that up until you get something like a pick or a teamfight win.
Rift Herald dropped in this bottom side of the map now. Now we'll get the charge onto this tier 2. I think we missed that getting picked up.
You know, and right there we could have seen Suning drop that Herald mid, have Bin rotate towards the mid lane, and see Suning pressure turret as pressuring mid turret as a 4-man. But they just dropped turret and waited in the enemy jungle looking for a pick.
And so far, OMG have actually read this game pretty well. They've responded pretty effectively. When you look at the towers, it's 3-4. They're not going to get this bottom lane tier 2 despite using the Herald.
Like, I feel like OMG has responded appropriately, like their decisions have been good, but we've just seen them mis-execute a lot of the plays.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to say it's been a good game for OMG so far, but it has been a good game for Icon. And he is one of the players that you look towards for OMG. Still on to Sword Art. He's going to be happy to walk away. SOFM gets this red buff. He is going to go for this very tanky set build with Cinderhawk into Knight's Vow. I'm curious, he's probably got quite a lot of gold in his pocket as well. I think it's been a while since he recalled, so probably finish off Merc Treads, yeah. And he is going to go, by the looks of things, towards the Spirit Visage.
And we keep saying that OMG are happy to slow this game down. Ooh.
Fate's Call pulls Sword Art out to safety, but that was close.
And us being happy that OMG slowed the game down is in reference to the lead that Suning were picking up and where the game should be with how big of an advantage the Renekton had.
The fact that we're only 1,000 gold apart is crazy to me. When we saw how badly the early game went in the top side, as you rightly said, Bin on this Renekton got so far ahead. In fact, it wasn't even in kills that he got ahead. It was SOFM picking up the kills. He was on 3 kills early on. And Curse was so far behind on the Wukong, and he still is. He's not finished a tier 1 item, but he's stopped inting, and that's what matters most.
Yeah, I guess. Nice way to describe it. Nice in the words of hysterics. Nice word economy.
Thank you. Thank you. I was just trying to say it the most efficient way I can. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it here in the LPL. He didn't have a good early game.
I like it. The plays aren't sugar-coated. The casting isn't sugar-coated. It's all straightforward. But interesting to see Hacker pick up that Rylai's, actually. Going for
Sorry, I just realized OMG basically, or Curse, sorry. He kind of just, it went really badly for the early game. He hits Alt F4, takes 5 minutes, goes outside, has a breather, comes back stronger. He just had to get that mental reset. It's like when you stop playing after you lose one of your promos, take the rest of the night off, come back at it tomorrow with a fresh mindset.
Look, Joe, he just had some technical issues. Those were resolved. They came back into the game, didn't need any extra time. And we just saw some very good shot calling by OMG to get back in this game.
To clarify, we did get it confirmed. It was network issues. I am joking. Curse didn't Alt F4 the game, obviously. But here we go anyway. Suning still very much with control of the map right now. We've been praising OMG a lot at how well they've been able to keep up this game. But realistically, when you look at the map state, it is Suning that they're ahead. They're about 1,500 gold ahead. They've got 2 Drakes with a 3rd one spawning in about a minute's time.
And we saw Angel fall far behind, but the game slowing down is also good for him on this Akali. He's able to pick up these items. He's going to be a constant threat in the side lane to where we're going to get to a point where he's going to be able to get those solo kills onto people like Icon, and OMG aren't going to have a way to answer.
We actually have a Shirelia's first item here from Sword Art. All about that movement speed so we can get the Dazzle. Curse. I thought Bin was going to go a little bit further in on that one. We've been talking about how they're trading objectives, and OMG keeping that up. They're going to be spotted, though. They decide against it in the end. I kind of wanted them to commit to that, honestly.
No, I like the decision by OMG because we already see that Bin is heading over, and of course Angel's already there. So not wanting to opt into a 5v5 team fight just yet. Yeah. Again, just keep getting more items onto your carries. But still, we're going to get to a point where they're going to need to force something soon because we're getting closer and closer to Dragon Soul.
SOFM exhausted. Oh, great prediction from Cold. The rest of the team's here as well. And SOFM's alone. Haymaker. The Pit Grate is going to run out, though.
Ah, doesn't connect.
Doesn't commit with the concussive blows there. The Winter's Bite. Curse. Oh, can Curse get the kill? This would be so huge if he can avenge himself here. In fact, they gift it over. They give it to Icon. I think he is the right player to get it.
It makes sense for him to get it in terms of gameplay.
But it would have been the redemption.
Yeah.
Would have been the redemption. Bin in the meantime. We've been talking about trading objectives. I'd say the kill onto SOFM has the same emotional value as a 3rd Drake.
I want to see OMG go towards this Baron now because SOFM's still down for 20 seconds. You have a very fast Baron with this Azir and Aphelios, and even if you just force a 4v5, you should come out ahead. You still have all of your ultimates up. Well, you don't have Braum ultimate, but you have all your other ultimates up. That's what matters.
Bin is pretty huge, and Huanfeng on this Kalista will do a lot in the mid-game. Radiance goes in. Cyclone gets a really good knock-up onto everyone, though. Nicely played by Curse. SMLZ bursting the Baron in the meantime, but now onto the fight. Both junglers currently dead as SOFM's now respawned, but Bin has to flash over the wall. Look at the follow. Look how many shurikens he's got. SMLZ's a ninja. And now they could go onto the Baron again, but I think they're nervous because SOFM's around.
And let's point out, this is SMLZ's most played champion this split, which is really crazy when it's actually banned every game.
Yeah.
But this is his 9th game on the champion. I don't feel like giving it over to SMLZ was the right choice.
I mean, he looked great in it in game number 1. Curse wants to fight with Sword Art here. He knows he's not valuable. He knows he can sacrifice himself for the good of the team. Baron's still pretty healthy. They're actually losing a lot of health here. Curse trying to get onto SOFM. Haymaker will be available, but Curse is winning out the 1v1 somehow. Curse gets a kill there. Angel goes in, finds one, but it's only onto the support. Smite's not available for either team here. This is so dicey. Angel desperately doing what he can. He flashes out, but he goes down anyway. Baron to OMG.
That was absolutely insane. We didn't know what was happening.
What is going on this game? How OMG even in this?
How does Curse win that 1v1 is what I want to know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Look at Set's items. Like, maybe it's not too surprising, but still, we see here, again, it is a 5v4 at this point. We do expect OMG to come out ahead. Angel having some pretty good play along with Bin being so far ahead, but SMLZ's absolutely massive right now with the items he's picked up, and fearless on this Aphelios shown by game 1.
Look at the chakrams, man. Look at the chakrams. And Huanfeng there, he got completely shut out of the fight by Curse. I know that his scoreline isn't great, but for some reason I want to praise Curse because he got so many knockups there.
Let's ignore Curse and let's look at that edgy picture on our screen of Icon being completely justified after the fights that we've seen.
Absolute edgelord Azir right there in the mid lane.
Playing so well.
Is he on the... Yeah, he's on the Edgelord Azir skin as well.
Yes, he is.
Oh my days, it's so thematic. I love it. And Icon has been such a consistent mid laner towards the latter half of this split. He didn't necessarily have the best games towards the first half of the split.
I feel like only the first week, honestly. After the break, we've seen Icon just be so... Even with players like SMLZ and Hacker, who I feel like have been more crucial to the team, Icon has been the most consistent across all his performances, and I feel like it's down to his very kind of small, controlled champion pool. He's not like all these guys who's going to, like Knight, right, going to have 16 unique champions, Angel with 15 unique champions. He's going to keep it down to the Zoe, the LeBlanc, and kind of be content with these champions.
Certainly been looking good on those select few, Azir being one of them. He's happy to lock this one in. This is actually only his second game of Azir this split, but obviously last year there was so much Azir in the meta. Every mid laner that's been playing for a year or two is going to be competent on the Azir.
That's true. I also want to point out I'm kind of wrong. He has actually played 14
I didn't want to say it.
I know you were
I didn't
looking.
want to say it.
He has actually played 14 unique champions, but he has 8 on Zoe, and his third most played is 2.
He has 9 champions that he's played 1 game of so far this split. He has played quite a lot of different styles. But that is a strength in of its own. Here we go.
Look at Angel, though.
Angel's going for a flank. This is the way back into the game.
We've seen this before.
We have seen this before. I don't know. Suning, I don't know how, but Suning need to get back into the game now. After how it started.
I was going to say, does he not realize he's on the control ward? Well, good to see that he realized now.
I love that Curse is willing to look for 1v1s. Here we go. Bin pops the Dominus. Wants to find a way in. SMLZ could be in trouble here. But the knockups across the team. Empress Divide is massive. SMLZ survives. The lifesteal is ridiculous. Sword Art now doesn't have anywhere to go. Cyclone comes through. One Fung deleted. And OMG look amazing.
It actually looks so good for Suning at the start of that with the members of OMG going down low. But we saw what SMLZ could do with this Aphelios, and it's going to be a clean 2-0 for OMG.
I cannot believe they have won this game. They're flashing onto the fountain. They're over the moon. SMLZ survives the fountain after all of that. 2-0 over Suning.